Hello and welcome. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Hully. I'd like to thank our sponsors at Procyon Partners. Procyon, one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz, proud supporter of our podcast network and everything we do. Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump and UConn legendary men's basketball player Jake Voskuhl. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large or small. They will save you money or get you a big fat return on your taxes. To schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. Pete Finch and the Finch Law Firm is located in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you've suffered any type of personal injury, slip and fall, a car accident, your mother-in-law ran you over with her car, your wife got angry one night and decided to stab you, the Finch Firm is for you. Pete has won legal battles all across the state of Connecticut. He will go to war to get every dollar you deserve in compensation. You just have to remember, in a pinch, call Finch or go to his website, thefinchfirm.com. Dynamic Human Performance is owned and operated by UConn legendary running back Andre Dixon. He trains boys and girls of all ages, all sports. He has a boot camp program 7 days a week, 6 a.m. You want to get in shape, you go to Andre. He has an athletic development program where he trains boys and girls in the sport of their choice from the ground up, helps them reach their full potential, be the best they can possibly be. Andre has sent boys and girls to college on scholarship for all different types of sports. To work with the best, he has a 5,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility in Hartford, Connecticut. Go to www.dynamichumanperformance.com. All right, and here we are for Luther James Insurance. And I am supremely jealous of James because he is on the road in some nice hotel right now, living it up.
Yes, I am.
And yeah, you knocked it out of the park last week, and you got some questions coming your way.
Okay.
Yeah. So to start, Erica from Connecticut would like to know which policies that you may have sold 5 to 10 years ago are quietly underperforming today, and what would you say is overperforming?
Well, thank you for tuning in to the show, Erica. Start off. I haven't sold anything that underperformed so far.
Because
And
you've only been doing it 4 years too.
yeah,
as
it's been
well,
doing it
so.
for a little bit.
Yeah,
Now,
so-
I do have stuff that, I get like little residual
right.
policies, commissions and stuff. A lot of the stuff that I said was gonna do back then, the way they were gonna perform, are still performing the way I predicted, pretty much.
Yeah, I figured that. And she wanted to know, are carriers pricing risk accurately right now, or are we heading toward repricing shocks? And I believe she's asking this because she has a special needs child.
Okay.
So her concern was, risk with getting insurance involved with that, and how that is looked upon if you do have a child who is autistic or certain things.
So that would be like the risk of, not the risk, the requirements of the carrier. So every carrier is different.
Right.
That would be something that I would have to work with you on if that's what you're looking to do. We would have to sit and talk to see what are you looking for,
Right.
and where I can if you're trying to insure your child with special needs or what have you. I just have to see who will take them, but I don't see a
Is
reason
it
why.
possible though?
It's possible.
It is. Okay. Okay. And she also wanted to know, with the underwriting, how much is mental health, obesity, and lifestyle really, affecting the
It affects
underwriting,
it
and
affects.
who's getting penalized the most, would you
So
say?
there are, and it depends on the type of policy you're going for.
Right.
So I was just doing is funny you say that about you ask about the obesity part. Um, I was doing policies on my ride up to where I'm at. I was on the
Yeah.
train,
Yeah.
and I accidentally put in a guy who was like 5'4",
Would you listen to like 350?
350, and it said it stopped right there. It
Do
stopped right
not
there.
pass go.
Yep, it said yes, submit this person for guaranteed insurance, but it was a mistake.
Right.
It was
Right.
a mistake.
But I mean, because we talked about certain mental health issues,
Yep.
depression, you're
Yep.
you're
You will
dinged
not.
right away.
Yeah, if you've gotten you can't do a simplified issue policy if you have any kind of mental health issue, like for argument's sake, depression,
Right.
anxiety. Even if you're prescribed the medication and not
Yeah.
take it.
But it's if it's in there.
Yeah, if it's on there, then that's it is what it is.
And she asked about lying, and I said, no, you can't
Nope,
lie.
it's going to show up.
They
It's
find
gonna show up.
everything.
Yeah,
They find
you
everything.
have what's called a MIB report.
Yes.
So you can tell me, and I had somebody do it because I was taking a word for it, and then one of my cadets came back and said, yeah, this person has bipolar. She was prescribed bipolar medication, and that killed it. Now you can get guaranteed issue. The thing about guaranteed issue insurance is for 2 years whatever you're paying into, whatever you're paying into the policy will be used as let's say for argument's sake you paid $100 a month for a policy, and you something happened to you in the first year, like if you passed away or what have you. You're not going to get the full death benefit. You're going to get whatever you put into that policy plus interest, and normally it's like 10 or 20% interest for that policy. So if you put in $500 over the course of 5 months and you pass away, your beneficiary is going to get $500 plus the interest.
Oh, okay.
But you have to wait out that period from 1 to 2 years, depending on the carrier. Because again, you're considered a risk. You're considered a risk. So within the first 2 years, if everything has gone well, and I had to do that for my father. Like my mom passed away.
Yes.
My father at the time was like 65 years old or something, and he's a heavy smoker, and he failed simplified issue. So we did a policy for him for $10,000 coverage, because I think at the time that was like the most we can do that was affordable. And this is before I got into insurance.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. Yeah. Yep. Knock on wood. He passed his initial period, and when he passed away last year, he had full benefits.
Right. Thank God.
Thank God. So it's not doom and gloom. The way it may sound, but it's just something that I would disclose immediately without not telling you. I have to tell you.
Yeah, I figured that. Bobby said, James, I enjoy your show.
Thank you.
The information you provide is very helpful, and I've learned now 3 people that I'm not going to lie to are my doctor, my lawyer, and my insurance agent.
We're going to know.
He wanted to know what's the biggest lie that consumers, people that you work with, you're working with,
Mhm.
are told about guarantees that may not come to fruition.
Well, it all depends on who they dealt with.
Right.
So I've had older people, because I would do final expense insurance for older.
Yes.
So I had one lady say to me that she couldn't get covered, and I said, "Well, why not?" Well, the person I spoke to before said I was too old, and I said, "How old are you?" She's like, "I'm only 67 years old." I says, "Your insurance will be a little pricey, but you're not uh, ineligible. You can get insured. Do you have any heart issues, any health issues?" She says, "No." And I signed her. I ran her information, and she came out to. I think I got her at the time. I think $75,000 coverage
Jeez.
for like $120 a month, and she was surprised.
Wow.
She was like,
Yeah.
"How'd you get me that?" I says,
I'm,
I just went with what the company offered. I
I'm
didn't do
surprised.
anything. I didn't do
Yeah.
anything special. I just did
Yeah.
what the company offered, and here we are. Now I have her as a client for life.
So along those lines, his next question was basically, you know, you seem like obviously one of the good ones and the honest ones. What would you tell, and how should consumers go about vetting an agent beyond credentials and charisma? Because a lot of them have both. But how can you really vet them and know that you're working with the right person?
Well, depending on what your needs are, and depending on what you're trying to do, maybe you should have multiple conversations with that agent, and then maybe talk to one or two other agents. And
Right. You got to compare it to something.
yeah. I mean, listen. Right now,
That
I'm in the
makes
middle
sense.
of car shopping, and I'm trying to figure out where I can get a good deal. You
Of
know,
course.
and what I do is I look at people's Yelps. I look
That's very easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I look at people's Yelps. So um, that gives me some kind of comfort. I mean, everyone's experience is going to be different,
Right.
but I was looking at a home to buy, and I was looking at this condominium in New Jersey, and everything on the outside and everything looks nice, but like I had a problem with the parking situation. So my
Oh,
thing
those are the
is,
worst. Yeah.
because what they do is it's a automatic parking garage. I can't go in and park my car.
So you have to pay to park there.
Yeah.
Basically.
So well, it's part of the HOA.
Oh, it is part of it. They
Yeah,
they include it, but
they
it's
include it.
not
Yeah.
it's not cheap, so to
Well,
speak.
the HOA is not cheap now.
No,
but
I hate HOAs.
one of the biggest complaints was the parking, because the building is beautiful. The building
Yeah.
itself is dope. The building, it's got a pool, it's got a nice gym, it's got even a basketball court. Because I'm sitting myself. I can get up at 6 in the morning and just shoot hoops, you
Yeah.
know, for a good hour or two before I work. And one of the complaints was, if you got an extra 45 minutes to wait for your car, this would be the nice place. This would be the place for you.
And there's like nowhere to park
No,
close. It's on the
I'm not.
street or anything.
I'm not paying all that money to park my car on the street.
No, I mean if you're paying for it anyway, yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, Lisa, I don't even know how to ask this, but when does flexibility in a policy actually become kind of a liability?
What's
I mean, is that
flexibility in a policy?
That's what I didn't really understand. I mean, you don't really have flexibility in a policy. You pretty much know what you're getting when you
You know what you're
sign
getting
up.
before you sign up for anything.
So it's not gonna. I mean, it's not gonna become a liability. There's
Correct.
no way, right?
Correct.
Yeah. The only thing what came to mind, because I've been starting to pay attention, would be if it was a term life insurance plan.
Yep.
And they screwed you after 10 years. That's the only thing
That's
I
what
could
it is.
thinking of. Yeah. So that would be it. So if she was doing term life, 10 years past, there are certain things that, I mean, they can be checked. They could become a liability
Well,
and raise your
in that
premium,
case,
right?
in that case, for a term policy,
Yeah.
it's pretty much when your term is up,
Right.
and you got to renew.
You're screwed regardless.
You're screwed.
There's no way that it's going to be the same rate.
None. No way. No, not even if you hit the lottery. No, sir.
There's absolutely no chance.
That's why I tell people buy whole life. If you're looking for long term care, buy whole life, because you're throwing your money down the drain on term. Term is for a period of time. So if you say to yourself, I want to give myself like 4 or 5 years and then move on to something else, I would suggest term.
And I get angry because if I hear it on the radio, I hear these term policies and it's pie in the sky. You're going to pay this, and you're going to make this, and I'm like, no, you're not.
You're not.
It's going to be over. I mean, unless something happens within 10 years.
But see, you've learned
nothing.
You've learned about it talking to people like myself.
Yes.
Now you know you're listening.
I can't believe that they do commercials like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's just sounds horrible, because
that's to get feet in the door.
You're tricking people.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, technically, they're not tricking people. They're telling them what they want to hear, because
correct.
People are complaining about the price of insurance. And
they are.
The price of insurance is predicated on age, health, and possibly income, depending on what you're trying to achieve.
Correct. Because I said that, it's a business. They look to make money too.
Yeah.
Their age want to make money too.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why it's set up like that. It's mutually beneficial to both when you're in the right situation. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. She also wanted to know, how many agents would you say truly understand the long-term effects or mechanics of what they are selling? Truly understand, like, the long-term impact, I guess. Sell.
I can't give a percentage or what have you.
Right.
Everything is individual. But it took me a long time to learn. But I sell what I believe in the sense that if it's good for the client. Mm-hmm. Now, do I exclude them from anything? No, because I'll give you your options.
Correct. And you'll obviously give a recommendation.
Correct.
But it's on them to make the decision.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. And I definitely get that. But I mean, would you say a higher percentage of agents look to sign you up to whatever they can get you to sign up for?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of agents who are just
that's what I was looking
for the commissions.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
So I swear this is fucking Ned Vaughn, but I don't know. Well, because we were talking about this the other day about side businesses and different things. We talked about how you guys, you guys would be great consultants that do a
Yes.
consulting business, something like that,
Yes.
because you have information on so many different things. He wanted, I'm pretty sure this is it. He wanted to know, because he invests, how should investors think about liquidity constraints inside policies? Because I know that he had like IULs or something like that.
Yes.
And I didn't know if that put constraints on liquidity of it.
It shouldn't be, but it all depends on how it was set up.
Okay.
You know,
So,
it all depends on how it was set, because
and there's a time frame too, right?
sort of, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And this was from Nick, who is in Ohio. What's the real? Because we talked about, I know we talked about how you can use your life insurance as a bank almost, putting money in.
Yep.
What's the real opportunity cost of if you want to overfund your insurance?
Well, it all depends on how it's illustrated, number one. So, like, if you did a simplified plan for like $200-300 a month, you're shooting yourself in the foot. But if you're building something where, yeah, because depending on your age, and actually younger the better, depending on how it's set up. So for argument's sake, if you're like 30, 35 years old, or even 25 years old or better, I would start off with doing 20 to 50 grand a year. If you put in somewhere like, 20 between 20 and 50 grand a year, I guarantee you, if you're healthy and your records say, your health records, and you don't have any kind of legal issues with, being arrested or whatever, if it's done right, you can turn yourself into a millionaire in like 4 or 5 years.
Wow. That is.
I showed you that before.
You did. No, you did. All right. I am going to play for our sponsors quickly. Down south, we have Julius Williams and the Trench Mob. They're located in Decatur, Georgia. Julius and his team train offensive and defensive linemen. They compete in 5v5 tournaments and college showcase camps across the country. They are the best of the best when it comes to training and developing linemen. Julius has sent kids to schools like Florida, Florida State, Miami, Tennessee, Clemson, Georgia, and Alabama, just to name a few. If you want your kid to go Division I football, they got to work with the Trench Mob. They have a virtual program as well, and you can come to any tournament you want. To join the Trench Mob, go to their website, www.trenchmobfootball.com. Ned Von Young owns Fresh Fold Laundry Company in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. It's a high-end laundry service. You book online, you put your laundry out in a clear plastic bag. They pick it up, wash, dry, fold it for you in lightning speed records, and it can be done in 48 hours. They are now offering a drop-off service as well, so you can have your laundry done without leaving the comfort of your own home. They have an online subscription model as well, weekly or bi-weekly. So everything's done there. You book online, they pick it up, wash, dry, fold it for you, and then you can subscribe weekly or bi-weekly to their service and have it done there. They also have deals for college students. There's many colleges in the Chapel Hill area. You can get a deal, the same thing, and have your laundry all done for you without leaving the comfort of your dorm room. All you have to do is go to their website, myfreshfold-laundry.com. All right, and we are back.
I have to go and turn on some more lights in here.
I'm telling you, you look great. You look great. You look great. So this is, I'm pretty sure this is from a friend of mine. Her name is Mara. She wanted to know, how do rising interest rates change the math on permanent policies? I think she's asking that because she's married. She does not, I don't think she currently has a permanent or a life insurance policy. And she was kind of surprised at the interest rates.
Well, the policies that I pretty much do, you'll get a good deal regardless of what the market does anyway.
Oh, okay.
So it actually, yeah, and it actually kind of helps you because, if interest rates are high, it kind of helps you out a little bit because you're not making payments as a bill. You're putting you're putting it onto your life. So if I got the ability that I can make 8% on my money and compounded interest yearly, I'm jumping at it.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense, and I would jump at it too. She also had wanted to know, because I think she's unfamiliar with insurance. When does insurance stop being that safety net, that protection, and
It all depends
start
on
becoming a drag?
It all depends on what kind of policy you're getting. If you're getting something simplified and all that stuff, you're buying something off TV.
Yeah.
Don't put too much
radio.
stock in. Yeah, you got to see a person like myself and sit with that person, tell them what you're looking to do, what you're looking to achieve, and if you can meet the requirements of that individual who you're working with, you'll be fine. But give me a call.
Yeah, she's in Pennsylvania.
That's perfect. I take Pennsylvania.
Okay, beautiful. I'll let her know. So I'm pretty sure this is my other sponsor, Rennell. He wanted to know, and I know this is something you don't deal with, so it's more what your thoughts are. How should business owners rethink key person insurance going into 2026? Because I believe he has it, but he is not feeling great about it.
So if you want to redo your policy, give me a call. But key man
you
insurance.
wouldn't put him in that, right?
It depends on how many partners you have and who's important to the business. So you're really putting insurance on who's important to the business.
Exactly. Okay.
Because you have to make sure that the business is taken care of when that person's gone.
So if it's a smaller business with like 4 or 5 people,
I'd still do it.
That's different than if it's like 20 or 30. Oh, it's not. Okay.
No, same thing.
Okay.
Same thing. Yeah.
And then he also wanted to know, what mistakes are businessmen or entrepreneurs making when using insurance for tax planning? Because that's what he does. He does tax plans for businesses. And he deals with this a lot.
I guess it depends on what you're trying to use for write-offs.
Right.
It's hard for me to say because I'm not a tax expert.
Yeah, right.
I just kind of put you in a position to be fine.
Right. So you benefit from it.
Exactly. I want to make sure. I want to make sure if you're purchasing this insurance especially for me, because I want referrals. I want to make sure that I put you in the right situation Especially for bad times. Because bad times is going to happen. It's inevitable.
Yeah. No, 100% it is. 100% it is. The underwriting, continued underwriting in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you see it tightening more around lifestyle and mental health, or has it always been that way? And it's just
always been that way. It's always been that way. Yeah.
That's what I thought. And the industry. Would you say there's increased regulatory attention on illustrations and disclosures? I mean, are they strict about how they regulate everything that you're doing?
To a degree.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I was doing a an illustration on my grandkids, and
so I know, I have no idea what the hell's an illustration.
So an illustration is like a diagram of what if you put in X amount of dollars for X amount of years, how is that gonna like what I was showing you guys last week?
All right, that's what it is.
Like what I showed you last week. That's an illustration.
Gotcha.
So I had gotten one of my grandsons something like I got him like $4 million in coverage because I wanted to do
yes,
20,000.
I remember you said that.
So one of my colleagues was saying, "Oh, well, you can't write that much on a kid with this particular carrier because they're going to make sure that you can only do $1 million." You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I'd have to use another carrier, which is not, at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. But the company that I was working with had better rates.
Fresh wanted to know this because he is now doing AI. He's got an AI for nonprofit organizations that they just launched. He wanted to know if AI can help you as far as underwriting, maybe accelerating approvals, but increasing. Really? So you can't.
I mean, AI for me will help me target my client.
Your lead, okay.
Yeah, it makes my leads for me. It'll help me target the clients that I say I want to work with. It'll even help me come up with scripts. It'll help me come up with designing ads for like Facebook or something like that. It helps me with that. But like
you would never
for the underwriting part,
that's
got nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, is there a time?
I mean, you can put in requirements.
Yeah. I mean, is there a time where it could be advanced enough to do underwriting, or it's never going to?
I hope not.
Right. I hope not.
Honestly.
All right.
Because to me, there's certain things that you need a human being to look at. I don't want to put my responsibility or risk my life to artificial intelligence.
No, I hear you. All right, I'm going to play our last ad. Finally, we have James Whitfield of Luther James Insurance. For the last 3 years, James has dedicated himself to the art of financial services. He specializes in life insurance and insurance policies. He will save you money, make you a boatload of money, and do so tax-free. He also specializes in retirement planning because we know the stress that goes into thinking about retirement. How much am I going to need? For how long? Do we have enough? Because fear of the unknown is real. To contact James, go to www.lutherjamesinsurance.com. I'm going to have to change that to 4 years. I got to remember to do that. All right. A couple rapid fire questions. Yep. What do you see is the biggest mistake people are going to make with life insurance? going into 2026?
Not getting it, not getting it, or not getting it
It
in
really
time.
is. And
That's pretty much the biggest thing.
It really is if you don't have coverage. And, we're not talking politics with the government shutdown and everything. Has there been any movement with the Affordable Care Act? It's still kind of stuck.
It's still what it is.
Yeah.
Me personally, I had people calling me for it, and I'm like, yeah,
you can't do it.
Offer it to you.
Yeah. Yeah. God, this has to come from fucking Nedvon. Okay. If you had to rebuild the industry from scratch, what would you change?
With when he says the industry,
the life insurance,
industry, or
the life insurance, the life insurance industry, the different policies, the agents. If you had to rebuild it, if you were in charge of your own company or rebuilding the rules, regulations, policies from scratch, is there anything you would change?
I would make New York open up their books. Like it's hard to, in all honesty, it's hard to do business in New York, and I'm from New York.
I know.
I do more business out of state than I do in New York City.
Kathy,
or even New York State.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's not just Kathy. It's even before.
Oh, really? It's been for a while.
It's not Kathy. Yeah, it's been like this for years.
What makes it so challenging about the state? Just the regulations?
It's the regulations. I'm not saying be lawless. You know what I mean? But take a page out of New Jersey or Michigan or something like that. Like there shouldn't be that much government oversight. Yeah. To where you're constricting. Like I, for one, I'm this close from not doing business in New York.
Well, it's not worth it. I mean, if it's that much trouble, I mean,
and I want to help people. I really do.
Yeah. No, I know you do.
Yeah.
No. And the last thing I'll ask you, what is one uncomfortable truth every policy holder needs to understand and hear that they don't?
You got to pay your damn bills. Pay your policy.
It's a policy. You can't treat it like a bill.
I get people who say to me, I canceled my insurance because I didn't see the benefit. And I said, what is the benefit that you're trying to see in your everyday life? Because and especially in a city area, you can go across the street and get whacked by a car, God forbid, and it'd be done. You know what I mean?
Well, you told me about the cop too.
Yeah. You being uninsured puts unnecessary strain on your family.
Huge.
Yeah. I'm like, why would I? And I had this discussion with a friend of mine, right? Where she was like, I can't see why with the need for insurance when all you have to do is save your money for your funeral.
Right.
I said that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard
come
out of your mouth.
Short-sighted.
Very. And she's short. And she's short.
All right. That just blows my mind that someone would actually say that out loud.
Yeah,
I mean, I've said a lot of dumb things, but that takes the cake.
I said, who would want to save for their funeral? She says, well, I did. I says, well, everybody's not you. And everybody's not in the position that you possibly be in. Because one, I'm not paying for anything if I can have a company pay for it, and I'm just paying the company.
Exactly.
I'm leaving something for my family.
That's the biggest thing. It's your legacy. Yeah. It's leaving something behind, not putting the constraints on them.
Correct. Like why would I want, God forbid, my daughter to pay for my funeral?
Yeah. It's ridiculous. And there's so many people get stuck in that situation because they have misconceptions about life insurance.
Yep.
But great job. Thank you. I got to jump off for another show. phenomenal. James Whitfield, Luther James Insurance. You contact him on his website, DM him, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. You can Morse code, whatever you want. He'll be there for you. I am Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them back at life. I'm Steve Cully, and I'm running.